Welcome to Saju Matthew Online Safety University.
Nowadays, stress is a major issue at workplace. See, productivity is going down day by day. Incident accident rates are increasing. What are the main reasons behind all these problems are nothing but stress. Stress is one of the major issue at workplace, especially in the IT industry. The level of they are the one facing the highest level of stress these days at workplace. And stress is one of the major issue contributing accidents at workplace, productivity is going down, high staff turnover is happening, people are leaving the organization, and even morale of the employee is going down. It is ultimately reflecting on the production. So management should have effective measures in place to control the stress at workplace. To avoid accident, to enhance the productivity, in order to gain maximum cooperation from the people, stress management is essential. Even to reduce or avoid diseases, stress can even affect, it can create health problems also, health issues also. So the management should take initiatives in controlling the stress at workplace.
So sir, can you, for make it more clear, can you define the word stress, sir?
Yeah, stress, it is a stimuli. When we are reacting to a situation, the stimuli created in our body is known as stress. Say for example, suddenly a barking dog jumping and coming in front of you, your stress level increases. It is nothing but a reflex action or a stimuli being created by the situation. When we are reacting, when we are responding to a situation, a stimuli created in our body is known as stress. This stress can affect us in many ways. It can give physical ailments. Sometimes what happens, because of the stress, people can have higher level of breathing. Breathing rate can increase. Excessive sweating can happen. Even it can lead to heart failure, heart attack can lead to heart attack also. Even stress, because of the stress, what will happen? Your appetite can increase. You might have seen people overeating due to stress. Sometimes you will lose your appetite, you will lose your taste in food. You won't be interested in eating something. So stress can have physical effects, mental effect on human being. Mainly due to stress, blood pressure can increase. Concentration level can vary. Distortion and disturbances will be more, and distortion will be more, and it can lead to insomnia. Insomnia means sleeplessness. During the sleep, you won't be able to sleep peacefully. Then blood pressure can increase. Then even muscle pain, joint pain, etc. due to stress, it can increase. Even you can lose your appetite, your taste in food. Even it can lead to overeating also. People when under stress, in order to quench their stress, they will start eating over. So overeating. These are the ill effect of stress what we are facing. In addition to this, stress can invite accidents also, because they won't be able to concentrate. They will lose the coordination. Because of the stress, individual will lose their coordination. So what happens? They may not be able to switch on the appropriate switches or appropriate machine. Even they will ignore sometimes the machine guard, whether the machine guards are there or not, they will ignore that also. So they won't be able to concentrate on the minimum safety requirements required. So ultimately what will happen? It can end up into accident. So stress is one of the major issues. So first of all, due to stress, there can be overeating can even lead to overweight also. Obesity, it can invite obesity. Then even stress can lead to anemia, because for less eating, it can lead to anemia-like diseases. Even insomnia, loss of sleep, lack of coordination, disturbance in and irrational behavior. Because of the stress, people may fight with others sometimes. Correct or not? So irrational behaviors, lack of concentration on job, lack of interest in job. Then because of stress, over dependence on drugs and alcohol. People will become addicted to drugs and alcohol. Even people adopt many ways, all illicit ways, including illicit ways, they adopt to quench their stress. Over dependence on drugs and alcohol is one of the outcome of stress at workplace.
Okay, that's fine, sir. What are the common causes which lead to stress?
Yes, very good question. What are the common causes of stress at workplace? See, it's very clear. The common cause of stress at workplace are excess or lack of control. Excess controls are also dangerous. Suppose people in the military, people in the police force, they are under excess control. And even, like for example, war-affected area, Iraq, Iran, these kinds of area, war-affected area, people are under stress because excessive controls imposed by the local administration. It is increasing the stress. Even parents, when they impose more controls on children, they also will be under stress, correct or not? So it is excess control and even lack of control also. Lack of control in the sense, if the people don't have control at their workplace. So anybody is coming to your workplace, taking away anything in front of from you, and then nobody is caring you, and you are not being cared by anyone in your organization, naturally you will have a feeling that why I am here. What is my importance here? And automatically what will happen? When we lose our own identity, our stress level will increase naturally. So, excess control and lack of control. So, individual should have control at his workplace on the equipment which he is using, the system which he is working with. There must be control. Individual should have the control. Okay, excess control, lack of control. Then another problem contributing stress is work demand actually. Excess production demand. Suppose excess production demand, tomorrow morning you have to produce this many items and there is no time available for this production, naturally it can increase the stress. So excess demand, excess demand. So the common cause of stress are excess or lack of control, excess production demand, then lack of competence. Suppose the individual don't know how to do the job correctly, it will automatically increase the stress. He is scared of being ridiculed by someone from his colleagues, correct or not? So naturally it will increase the stress. Lack of competence also can increase the stress. Then lack of clarity in responsibility. Individual don't know what to do. Actually he will be in a panic situation. He don't know what is his actual responsibility. So lack of clarity in responsibility can increase the stress. Another problem increasing stress is financial problem. Nowadays bank loans. Maximum people are using credit cards. This is the use of credit cards. In time, if you don't repay the money, naturally the bank people will keep on calling you, and that will increase the stress. So financial problems, bank loans, child care related issues, especially modern mothers. Now young mothers, when they are coming for the work, they are leaving their newly born children at home or kids at home, and they are always worrying about what is going to happen with my child, correct or not? So the child care related issues can increase the stress. Another problem, transport related issues. Suppose for example, certain employees, they need to catch the vehicle, early morning vehicle they have to catch to reach the office. So they will be always thinking about whether I am going to lose the vehicle or not. So transport related issues also can create the stress. Influence of drugs and alcohol, that can increase the stress. Influence of drugs and alcohol. Then another major problem increasing the stress at workplace is lack of support from the management. The management is not supporting, especially people working with the law and enforcements. Like if they are not getting adequate support from the management, anybody can fire them, anybody can come upon them. So what happens? It can also increase the stress. So lack of support from the management can increase the stress. Another problem increasing the stress at workplace is discrimination within the workplace. Discrimination between the caste, creed, sex, religion. So this can also increase the stress. Then another problem, poor safety culture and bullying and harassment. Like in the workplace, management can keep on bullying the employees for even minor fault, and there is no support from the management. Naturally, stress level can increase. Lack of support from the colleagues. When because of discrimination or sometimes what happens, there can be formation of informal organization within the formal organization. In a big organization, what will happen? A particular caste people will be joining together, particular community will be joining together, they will be poking others, they will be ridiculing others. So what happens? It can also increase the stress level, and discrimination and information of informal organization within the organization can also increase the stress. Once again, the common cause of stress at workplace are excess or lack of control, excess production demand, poor competence of the employees, lack of clarity in responsibility, financial problems, in addition to financial problem, one more issue is there, bereavements of friends and families, deaths of friends and family, that can also increase the stress. Child care related issues, especially with the newly born child, the parents with the newly born child, they will have this type of stress. Then transport related issues, discrimination from the organization, poor safety culture, lack of support from the management, and the formation of informal group within the formal group. These are the common cause of stress at workplace. Is it clear?
Yes, sir, that's clear. But one more query is there. How we can reduce the stress at work?
Yes, very good question. How can we reduce the stress at workplace? How can we reduce the stress at workplace? First of all, in order to reduce stress at workplace, we must conduct a survey and identify the level of stress at which people are exposing. How much stress people are facing. How can we conduct the survey? We can even distribute questionnaires. Among the community, we can distribute questionnaires with the yes or no questions, or you can take the feedback from the people. Just find out, are they under stress or not? So, conduct a survey and identify the level of stress at which people are exposing, number one. Number two, production demand. As I told you, production demand, excess production demand is one of the common cause of stress. So, production demand should be planned in such a way that the last moment hurry could be avoided. You must give adequate time, sufficient time for meeting the production demand. So production demand should be planned in such a way that in the last moment hurry could be avoided. Then another thing, management should provide adequate support to the people. Avoid bullying and harassment at workplace. Provide adequate information, training, instruction and supervision to the people so that their competence level will be enhanced. So their stress level can be minimized. Then give supports. Management should give adequate support to the people wherever required. Even counseling programs you can arrange among the employees. Those who are under stress, counseling programs can be arranged among the employees and find out what is the reason for their stress, and even if the management can support them in any way, financially or some many things the management can do. Actually, to support them financially by paying advance salary or some card system or something. In many ways, management can help them. So, provide adequate support to the employees. Then, in addition to this, especially for the welfare measures, you have to increase the welfare measures. Transportation facility, if we can provide transportation facility, accommodation arrangements, etc. If we can provide, that can also reduce the stress among the employees. Then, never allow any types of discrimination in the workplace, irrespective of the caste, creed. No caste discrimination, no regional discrimination, no race discrimination. Such discrimination should not be permitted within the workplace. So, in order to minimize stress at workplace, conduct a survey and identify the level of stress at which people are exposing, number one. Number two, the production demand should be planned in such a way that last moment hurry could be avoided. Number three, management should provide adequate support to the people in all the possible ways. Number four, provide adequate information, training, instruction and supervision to the people to relieve them from or keep them away from the stress. Enhance or put up all the methods to enhance their competence. Give them responsibilities and enhance and support them in all the ways so that their competence can be enhanced. Increase welfare measures. Counseling program can be arranged among people under stress, and management should provide adequate supports again. Then, any types of bullying and harassment should not be permitted at workplace. Any types of discrimination should not be permitted at workplace. If anyone is doing such, disciplinary action should be taken, model punishment should be given to them so that what happens, the stress level can be minimized. Then, we must carry out a health surveillance program among the employees. When you know what is health surveillance program, just to conduct a survey among the people and find out who else is affected with the stress, then treat them, give them adequate breaks, give them all types of moral support. If required, change their career, change their role for time being, give them leave. So many ways you can reduce the stress, and even avoid the influence of drugs and alcohol. Have a strict disciplinary action against those who are bringing drugs and alcohol. Avoid influence of drugs and alcohol at workplace. And all stress-related incidents are to be reported and investigated. And again, in order to manage the stress, you can advise people to go for physical exercise also. In IT companies and all, we used to give squeezing boards. To a certain extent, these squeezing boards also can help to reduce the stress at workplace. Have adequate break in between the job. You know, again, in order to reduce the stress, see, the workstation design also should be taken care actually. Adequate workspace should be there. Distracting noises should be reduced from that area. Comfortable seating arrangement should be provided. Temperature must be convenient. That also we can make so that stress level will be less. Again, the software which we are using must be user friendly. Sometimes what happens, as I told you, one of the main reasons for the stress is the software which we are using. If it is a so complicated one, naturally stress level will increase. So we can use a simple software which can meet our purpose. So looking at the aspects of software also can reduce the stress at workplace. Then give break. Adequate breaks are essential, especially people working in the shift system. They are more under stress because anti-social working hours. Husband is working in the night and wife is working in the daytime. They won't be able to meet together. And there is no sufficient breaks between the shift as well. So their family life is getting disturbed, and their social mingling is getting reduced. So that also will increase the stress. So create opportunity for the people to have socializing, or we must help them to socialize, and the family life they should be able to pull on. They should be able to lead a very good family life. So that adequate break should be given. So in order to reduce stress at workplace, conduct a survey and identify the level of stress at which people are exposing. Number 2, the production demand should be planned in such a way that last moment hurry could be avoided. Number 3, management should provide adequate support to the people at all levels. Avoid any types of bullying and harassment at workplace. There should not be any discrimination at workplace in any manner. Then give adequate information, training, instruction and supervision to the people so that their competence level will enhance and their stress level will come down. Insist on physical exercises to reduce stress at workplace. Consider redesigning the workstation so that stress level can be minimized. Increase the adequate illumination should be provided at workplace, temperature control, humidity control. Keep the workplace free from distracting noise and unwanted sounds. Clear? Then there must be adequate space to move around. Management should provide adequate support to the employees wherever required. Have adequate breaks in between the shift. Provide adequate welfare measures to the people wherever, as we know that accommodation facility, sanitation facility, changing room, rest facility, eating arrangement, washing facility, environmental supports like wherever AC required, provide AC, wherever heater required, provide heater. So drinking water facility. By providing all this, stress level can again be minimized. And control and have strict control against the use of drugs and alcohol at workplace. And any stress related issues are to be reported and to be investigated. I think now we got a picture.
Yes,
what are the common causes of stress and how to control this stress.
Thank you.
Welcome.